Hey everybody, Pete Bauer here, and in the very near future, you will not be able to believe what you see or hear unless you see it and hear it in person. And it's tied to the second Damien Hill novel, which I just completed. The second one is called Recoil. The first one is called Trigger. Trigger, Recoil, kind of see a theme there. The technology piece is interesting, and here's why. First, when I was younger, I don't know, my family and I know I have had multiple times where we've kind of been a little ahead of the curve as far as ideas, whether it's story or businesses or whatever. In the 90s, I created a short film about two people that were investigating seemingly unrelated murders that were tied to a otherworldly reason, and it was called The Demon Files. While I was editing that, Fox released a trailer or preview of an upcoming show about two FBI agents that were researching seemingly unrelated murders that were connected to an otherworldly reason. And that was called The X-Files. Even the names were alike. I remember calling my friend Chris and he was like, I just saw it, I'm so sorry. Because I thought I was ahead of the curve and then I ended up joining the curve. In the early 2000s, I made another short movie called The Business Trip about two people who were together and they were in a romantic relationship. And it turns out that they were actually hitmen hired to kill each other. And as my son pointed out, that same year, Mr. and Mrs. Smith came out. So again, I thought I was ahead of the curve. I ended up being with the curve. So I've been researching technology and all these other things. And in the second novel, there's a crime that Damien is not sure about because he knows about the technological resources that are available out there and that people's faces can be manipulated and voices can be manipulated. There's a website right now where you can read a whole bunch of things into a microphone and it will create a digital version of your voice. Another guy created a web program that he can take the public images of movie stars and the computer program will analyze all of them and then place them on porn web actresses' bodies. I guess everybody needs a hobby, but what's interesting is the technology is there for this guy to do this in his own room on his own computer. Just think where that's going to be in 1 or 2 or 5 years. Someone's already using that technology actually to put Nicolas Cage in everything. He's in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's in Superman as the woman. It's pretty funny. They even did a thing where they took the end of Rogue One where they did the Princess Leia and they did their own version of it. And it's not that far off. And this is on a home computer. So in the future, in the very near future, you'll see things in your newsfeed and in social media that will look like someone you like or dislike is saying or doing something they shouldn't do. And I'm just warning you, you're not going to be able to trust it. Even now, when you get things in your newsfeed, you should be skeptical before you share it. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of people playing games with us and our emotions. And in the future, in the very near future, in your lifetime, and definitely in your kids' lifetime, if you have kids, this whole idea of seeing things online and believing them, it's going to be tough, very tough to know the difference, if not impossible. So I always like trying to be ahead of the curve, and it looks like during the writing of this novel, I ended up in the middle of the curve again. But that's okay. It's not a bad place to be. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on the finish of the second novel and the beginning of the third, and I'll see you guys next time.